What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tania Bright. I am a student astrologer, a mystic, and a tarot reader. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing your April 2020 predictions. The tarot readings are timeless though. Whenever you stumble upon them is when you're supposed to receive this message. So don't feel discouraged if it's not April anymore. I am going to be doing things a little bit differently. I do want to incorporate some astrology into these month ahead readings. So we are going to be talking about your sun sign and where that's transiting your chart. I also quickly kind of want to talk about Saturn being in Aquarius right now because I feel like it's very relevant since we have this pandemic going on. Saturn is a very innovative energy. It's all about the collective. It's all about bringing forth new ideas. It's a rebellious sign too, so usually it's about changing things for the better. And then we have Saturn, its home sign, which is about law, structure, boundaries, and resetting the status quo. Also really challenging our philosophy and our values as a collective and how we are attached, I guess, to like material things. For a lot of us, our material lifestyle changed since a lot of us are out of work right now or, might not be covered by our jobs. A lot of us are also forced to be at home with our families right now. We aren't able to go out due to quarantine. So there's a lot of change going on socially, and I feel like we're really lucky to have Aquarius in its home sign of Saturn right now because it's an energy that really brings forth new ideas after a point of destruction. It really is an energy that brings up the collective. Quarantine right now is really forcing a new social culture, and it's also kind of making us face a lot of, I don't want to say problems, but a lot of issues that we might have ignored in the home life. It's really forcing a lot of introspection right now since a lot of us are, we have a lot more time on our hands. We're spending a lot more time in isolation. So it's forcing this level of introspection. So a lot of us are able to really dive deep within ourselves and ask us, am I in the right place right now? Am I doing what am I doing something that truly fulfills me on a soul level? Aquarius is a very emotionally detached sign, so I feel like a lot of us too are having hard times sort of connecting with people on that level. But with all of this energy being accompanied by the double one, so rat year and Aries season, there's a lot of newness here as well. So I feel like this combination of energies is really kind of putting us in a place to find what's meant for us, to find what truly feeds our soul. It's bringing in a lot of new hobbies for people, a lot of new ideas, a new approach to social cultures, social structures, and whatnot. It's a lot of uncharted territory. I almost feel like the universe threw us this curved ball so we can sort of restructure our lives. Does that make sense? Even the government itself, I feel like, is restructuring. And a lot of astrologers predicted this back when Saturn was actually in Capricorn. They were saying social structures would fall and that we would have a new way of life. So I really want to just remind you guys to be brave and fearless during this time of adversity and really try to find the bright side of things. I know that's difficult, but there are always there's always a light to the darkness. There's always a bright side to things. So try to find the beauty within the chaos. Since a lot of us are so limited in terms of resources, is really going to teach us how to use the resources that we do have to its utmost value. And I think that's a lesson that we needed as a society. We have become super attached to having more and more and more that we sort of set it up for ourselves to never feel like we have enough. So really, as a society, we're forced to kind of face our attachments to our routines, to our goals, because a lot of that got, shaken up and maybe disrupted during this time. This is really sort of challenging our philosophy on material gains in specific and how we use that and what we do with that. So I feel like when we come out of quarantine, which a lot of astrologers are predicting might happen in May when Saturn dips back into Capricorn, I feel like we are going to sort of be tested here by the universe on what lessons did we learn during this pandemic. Are we going to step out of this pandemic as a society who, learned that we have to share, that we are only as strong as our weakest links, that everyone deserves health care, everyone deserves paid time off when they're sick, everyone deserves a roof over their heads. As a society, we should see this almost as like a reset period. Who are we when we come out of quarantine? It was really just brought to light how selfish we can be as a society when we were like clearing out all the shelves of like toilet paper and whatnot. I think it really showed us, like, as a society, what we would do in times of like chaos and adversity and scary times. And I feel like that's something to take note of, because if we were to continue that during like an apocalypse or whatever, we wouldn't survive. It would be a dog eat dog world. We would separate. We wouldn't know how to stand together. And I feel like that is a key lesson to learn here, is how can we stand together as a society. Also, with us being in Aries season, especially quarantine during Aries season, I feel like it's really important for us to figure out ways how to exert energy, because Aries is a very energetic sign, so I feel like a lot of us might have like our sleep patterns turned, like kind of like thrown off, or like we might even have a harder time falling asleep than usual. So I feel like this isn't a time to kind of like sit here and sulk in laziness and lethargicness. I feel like we have to find ways to exert this energy that Aries season is blessing us with. So hard work, work on your careers, work on your goals. This is a good time to exercise. This is a good time to try to eat right and do right by your body. All right, so that was my little spiel on this sort of pandemic, which I didn't want to ignore. Let's go ahead and get into these readings. So I calculated what house the sun is transiting for you based on your rising sign. So when I do talk about that, do watch it for your rising sign, but you're more than welcome to watch it for your moon, sun, and Mercury as well. Hi Virgos. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about what house the sun is transiting right now. The sun is going to be transiting your 8th house and your 9th house. Let's go ahead and talk about what the sun means in astrology first. So the sun is representative of your soul, your career, your father, your outward personality, and wherever it sits, like whatever house it sits on, it really illuminates as well. But let's talk about the 8th house. So the 8th house is the house of transformation, sex, death, hidden secrets, growth, and change, as well as really deep emotional connections and experiences. So then we have our 9th house, which is the house of spirituality, higher education, our teachers, our counselors, long distance travel. It's also the house of expansion and the meaning of our life. So Virgo, this month I feel like you're going to be doing a lot of shadow work with that sun being in your 8th house. So if you don't know what shadow work is, it is like working with your subconscious, working with the parts of yourself that you repress or that you don't want to face. It's like whatever you've emotionally and mentally packed in a box is going to sort of get unpacked for you this month. 8th house is also a water house. It is a home to Scorpio and Pluto energy, so I feel like you are going to be also quite intuitive and very good at manifesting your goals this month. And I feel like you're also going to be very strategic with how you go about your goals, because Scorpio is a very strategic sign. And so are you, Virgo. You too are a very strategic sign naturally, so that energy is going to be quite amplified. This is also a month where you guys might, face your fears or your trauma or any like deep-rooted psychological like emotions and thoughts that you might not want to deal with on the everyday. This is sort of the month where maybe that comes to light and you finally address those and lay those to rest. And then as your sun goes into the 9th house, I feel like because of all that 8th house work and shadow work you do, your spirit gets super uplifted towards the end of the month. I feel like you are extremely guided this month spiritually as well. I feel like you guys also will have like this higher knowing or this higher understanding of like who you are and where you belong in this world due to all that shadow work you did in the first half of the month. You're going to really use that to push yourself forward career-wise and really kind of like get your life going, get your life to where you want it to be, because I feel like you guys are going to kind of like just see more. Does that make sense? I almost have this vision of like Virgo suddenly flying and looking down and having this understanding of like oh, that's why that happened, oh, that's why I was this way, and that's why I needed to change and transform and yada yada yada. I feel like it's a very spiritual month for you. Alright, Virgo, so that's it. That's all I have to say in regards to where the sun is transiting your birth chart. So let's go ahead and jump into this tarot reading. Hello Virgo, and welcome to your tarot reading. So we are going to be pulling from 4 different decks this month. I'm going to be pulling oracle cards, moonology cards, tarot cards, and confirmation cards for you. Let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So this first deck is the oracle cards. It's going to show us what central themes you might be dealing with this month, what energies might be surrounding you this month. If there's anything hindering you, this will tell us. And if there's anything, like any energies you might need to embody this month, this will also tell us. So let's see what you get. I'm gonna let as many fall as needed. Alright, oracle messages for Virgo for the month of April 2020. Woo! We already have the transformation card out here, which I told you this was going to be a very transformative month for you. I'm going to give it another pass, just in case anything wants to come out. I kind of feel like there's something else that needs to come out. Alright. Alright. Wow, all of the earth signs are pulling that one. Alright, let's go ahead and see what themes you have for this month. So we have solar plexus chakra, conflict and defeat, passion ignited. Makes a lot of sense with all that 8th house energy. Transformation is here again with all that 8th house energy. Balance, partnerships and alliances, base chakra, heartache and loss, authority and solitude. Woo! If this is not an 8th house month for y'all, I do not know what is. Okay, so let's get into it. So right off the bat, I'm seeing heartache and loss and partnerships and alliances. So I feel like with that 8th house energy, this is really an emotional time. I feel like 8th house really deals with deep emotional connections and soulmate energies. So I feel like you're going to really be craving that a lot. And if you don't already have a relationship that is passionate, I feel like you will be rid of it this month. And that's why we have the heartache and loss card here. I also am getting conflict and defeat. I feel like this conflict and defeat is what really jump starts the transformation process for you. You kind of needed to take that L in order to rise from the ashes. Scorpio energy, okay? And then I have balance here, so I think it's like remaining balanced mentally, you're remaining balanced emotionally, physically, not letting yourself deplete because of this energy. And then I have solitude here, which again makes a lot of sense for 8th house. I feel like solitude truly is just where you guys will recharge. I feel like solitude is where you guys will get, intuitive answers, intuitive messages. I feel like this solitude card is more about meditation and really, balancing the brain back out from all of this chaos. I feel like there's a lot of beauty within the chaos for you. There's a lot of light within the darkness. There's a lot of passion here. I have solar plexus and base chakra, so I'm not going to get into the chakras because I'm not in a position to teach or talk about chakras. So if you want to look that up, please do. I feel like there's a lot of key answers here. I will, study those chakras for y'all though. But yeah, and again, we have authority here. So I feel like this is authority over your own life. This is authority over yourself. This is authority over your career. Sort of like stepping into your power. You know what I mean? I feel like, first month we might kind of have our power and our authority shaken up with all this like conflict and defeat and transformation and heartache and loss. And by the end of the month, it's all about stepping back into it and regaining authority. All right, let's go ahead and pull some moonology messages now. All right. Moonology messages for Virgo, please. Moonology messages for Virgo. All right. There's one. All right, that one fell on the floor, so let me grab that. All right. Wow, first one is it's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. I feel like that is very true because we have our 9th house here, which is all about the higher knowing and expansion. I have be bold and make the first move. A time for healing as well. Well, I mean, in order, I feel like transformation and healing go hand in hand. I have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. Emotions are running high, super moon, and you are very close to achieving your goal, gibbous moon. All right. Cardinal energy. Interesting. So, let's take a moment to reflect on this. I feel like these moonology messages are kind of important for you, which I have not done for the other 2 signs, but intuitively I'm getting these moonology messages are really important. Especially bring love into this situation. Whatever choice you do and however you handle it, come from a place of love for yourself and for others. Release negativity, release anything that doesn't serve you. This is a time to purge. 8th house energy is very, very good at purging and rising from the ashes, so this is time to do it. And emotions are running high, of course. This is you have your sun transiting a water sign, so of course, or sorry, not a water sign, but a water house. So of course, emotions are running quite high. Be bold to make the first move. All right. Conclusions are in reach. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and get some tarot messages out. So all of the cards are upright. So if any of them come out in reverse, that is just the way Spirit intended the message, so I will read the reversals. But I give them all a fair chance at, being upright. Okay. What's going on first week of April for Virgo? Okay, there's one. Here's your first week. Second week of April for Virgo. Love that card for you. Wow. Wow. I feel like this goes together. That goes there, that goes there, and this goes here. All right. Beautiful 3rd week. All right, let's see what's going on 4th week. Powerful 3rd week, might I add. And right as we're going into the 9th house, makes so much sense. Ooh, star. Virgo. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo! Ooh, we just got chills. I just got chills. I'm going to put that Empress card. That's an extra card for you. I have chills, Virgo. Ooh, I don't know if you guys can, if any of you are intuitive and can feel that energy jump with that last week, but this is such a crazy, transformative, beautiful month for you, Virgo. Okay, let's see what's going on with the 8. High Priestess. High freaking Priestess. Ace of Swords with Page of Pentacles, the Magician with the Fool, the Star card in reverse, Empress as your extra central card. So let's talk about these guys and then we'll get into the Empress. So High Priestess. High Priestess energy is all about intuition. It's all about that higher knowing. It's all about, walking through the pillars of light and dark, okay? And finding the beauty within that, which I feel like is a very Scorpion trait. So I feel like you are also going to be moving through this process kind of quickly. Like things might hit you like a truck, Virgo. Reality and all of these suppressed emotions might hit you like a truck with this 8 of Wands energy. But I also feel like things really go your way as well this month. Like you are very supported, especially that first week. So first week, emotions pick up as well. We have that here where it's like emotions are running high. I feel like that's very confirmed with this energy. Ace of Swords with Page of Pentacles. I feel like this second week is where you really have to take, any adversity you're facing, any hardships you're facing. You need to turn it into something that works for you. I feel like the second week is about, turning lemons into lemonade, okay? So not sitting in the sadness, not sitting in the dark Pluto energy. You have to rise above the second week. Page of Pentacles, I feel like it's getting the education you need, getting the help you need, getting whatever it is you need to support yourself. You need to do it the second week. You need to reach out to your friends, reach out to loved ones, you know, learn about your inner emotions. So this is a good time to, you know, maybe dive into your moon sign or dive into your sun sign or whatever you feel like is getting super affected, which to me, I feel like your moon signs in particular are going to be very much dived into, despite, you know, the sun illuminating the 8th house. I feel as though it's really going to affect that moon energy, that because the moon energy in astrology is kind of like your psychological like needs and your inner emotions and how you process that. So I feel as though studying that is going to be important. All right, but you can see here there's a little lemon, so take those lemons and turn into lemonade. Take whatever darkness you are facing and, you know, use it to rise. Use it to grow, use it to learn, use it to transform, okay? 3rd week, we have the Magician with the Fool. So 3rd week is where I feel like the canvas really blanks for you. I feel like this is where you guys really will start a new chapter, start a new journey, or make a, you know, really big decision. With the Magician energy here, I feel like this is reminding you that you have the tools you need. And it's crazy because I didn't really pay attention to how on the table we have the pentacles, the cups, the swords, and the rods, but it's kind of like, I feel like a message that you have all the tools you need to advance, to start this new journey, to start this new chapter. And then for the last week, I have 9 of Cups with the Star. So I feel like this is really a message that the stars are trying to align for you. So don't fight it. I feel like a lot of you are going to want to fight it because Virgo is not very good with change. But don't fight it, because 9 of Cups here means this is what you wish for. This is what you've been wanting to manifest. All right? You have to give up that 10th cup if you want to walk through that gate. You have to give the gatekeeper the keys if you want to walk through that gate. All right? So whatever it is you need to purge in order to grow, change, transform, and be in a better place in life, do that. Do that. Don't be afraid. All right? Star card. Stars are aligning. It's very much good luck. But I feel like the reason why it's in reverse is because you are testing fate. You are challenging fate. You are fighting it. And I feel like that's also why we have the Empress here, because it's kind of like reminding you to do you, to bring love to yourself, to take care of yourself, TLC. I feel like this is also a message that new ideas or a new job or a new opportunity will really surface this month or come to you this month as well. That's going to propel you forward. And I also feel like with this Star card here and the Empress card here and High Priestess card here, this isn't really a time to fight your intuition. It is not a time to fight your intuition. And with the Empress card here, it's not a time to fight your emotions. There's a lot of truth within your intuition, in your gut feelings, and in your emotions that I feel as though you have been ignoring, and that's why the star is in reverse. Okay? And going back to this, that's why there's this energy of conflict and defeat, and energy of heartache and loss, because I feel like you guys are going to have to give up something you really don't want to. Whatever this 10th cup is, it's something you don't want to, and I feel like you have been fighting giving that up for a while, and like this is a month where universe is like, no. With 8th house energy, it is like truly, I feel like the house where it's like darkness comes in for good reason, for good purpose, and you can't find it. And I don't even want to use the word darkness, all right, because there's such a negative connotation to that, but it's like, you know, whatever you've been repressing really surfaces this month. And then, but you have 9th house here, so it leads to such beautiful transformation. It leads to expansion. It leads to authority. It leads to solitude, but in a good way. It leads to passion being ignited. 8th house is such a passionate house. All right, so I feel like this is passion for the self a lot as well, Virgo. With that Empress card, it's passion for the self, which I feel like some of you might not have had for a while. Whoa, this is crazy. This month is really crazy, but it's so beautiful. It's like the pivot point you needed. All right, with that Fool card, it's like you're finally going to embark on that journey that you need to be at. And like I was saying, this month really does not have tolerance with, you know, Saturn being in Aquarius. It really does not have tolerance for things being misplaced, for things not being in the right place. Whoa, there's an extra card here. Seven of Swords. I feel like that's a message for you. Seven of Swords. Let's talk about that real quick. I feel like that is a message for you. That was just an extra card in this deck. Is there any others? No. Okay, weird. Seven of Swords. Let's talk about it. Seven of Swords. It's a deceptive card. It means there might be someone around you that is not honest with you, or that might be, you know, taking from you or blaming you for something you didn't do, or lying to you or going behind your back in some type of way. It's a really snaky card, this card. So I feel like this is a warning that, and like I said, 8th house is about hidden things coming to light, and so perhaps that's why we have that heartbreak card. Whatever deceptive, lying, cheating, stealing energy is around is really going to show itself this month. Wow. Okay. Now let's go ahead and pull some confirmation cards. Ooh, Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. This month is crazy. This month is heavy. This month is transformative. This month is beautiful. This month is where you go from caterpillar to butterfly, so do not fight it. I feel like the harder you find it, the harder, you know, the harder things will be for you. Like, I feel like the more you fight it, then the transition becomes harder. And then it does not have to be a hard transition. It can be very smooth and easy if you go with the flow. Lots of Michael energy here, Archangel Michael. Seems like he's really here for you. Let's go ahead and read these. So we have Page of Michael says, an exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documents thoroughly. Queen of Gabriel says, you can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. Four of Michael says, insights that come from quiet meditation, the need for more sleep or time off, seek relief from stress. Makes a lot of sense with all of this, you know, heavy, watery, Scorpio, Pluto energy going on. Then I have King of Ariel. It says, your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success, using resources wisely. I feel like that's very much true too, because, you know, this is also a very strategic time for you. Eight of Michael says, you can be free. Make a courageous choice to change your situation, not seeing things clearly. Hence why we have High Priestess here and the Fool. Okay? And then I have Three of Michael says, release the past. You will grow from the situation. Time heals all wounds. You guys did get that moonology card. Where is it? Where was the moonology card? I think you guys got this one. Let me see. Time for healing, yes. Time to release negativity. That was a moonology card I was, that this is confirming. And then I have Page of Gabriel. It says, follow your passion. You are ready for any challenge, opportunities for excitement or adventure. That really confirms our passion ignited oracle card. And then I have Two of Michael. Says, it will all be better if you just make a decision over analyzing the problem. And then I have Ace of Gabriel. It says, a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. And that truly comes with all of the dark, heavy Scorpio energy. Is you got to remember, at the end of it, you are the phoenix. The phoenix rises from the ashes. You come out a bigger, better beast. You come out a new beast, okay? And then I have Three of Ariel. It says, do what you love, a time of great personal growth in your career and artistic endeavors, working with others in a cooperative manner. Whew! All right, Virgo. So that was it for your reading. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Comment down below how this resonated with you, and if you're a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mercury. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more tarot readings. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video, which is mid-month love readings.